Big up, people. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another Blue Morning show on Chelsea Perspective, specifically another Chelsea match preview on Chelsea Perspective. I hope you're all doing well. Sit back and relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, welcome back and thank you for joining. I hope you're all eating blue, sleeping blue, working at blue, and overall living the blue life. If you're in the chat, let me know whether you're looking forward to this particular game. I want to hear your thoughts. Let's see. We already have a few people in the chat. The first person is Bro Brianni Rahayu, aka 343 Dylama, aka Contender FC. A big up to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. And Jerry Z, it's that time of the year. Let's go. Let's go. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, as you're joining. Let's try and make it to 100 today, like we did yesterday. I think that will go a long way. Plus, quickly, if you want to become a member, the link is pinned at the very top. It helps us help students every month. Plus, the channel does the community does benefit from it. And the link is pinned at the very top. It's just $2.99, only if you can afford it. If you cannot, you're still a valuable member of this community. And thank you to Wally Wonder for gifting 10 memberships to the community members, and Lola for gifting, I think, 5 members. That's not easy. They're helping the community grow. Big up to you too, Willa Saliban. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining the show. Big up to you, Giovanni Jafta. Thank you for joining. And Rahayu says, Bournemouth game. He says, I swear, during that time, I would have the same facial expression as Silva, where others would input. A smile would be good. Yeah, I agree with you. Look, it's gotten that bad, but I think we shall most definitely overcome the situation. But how soon? I don't know. It's concerning, really. Let's see what else we have here, Coach. No update yet on Poch. I don't know what the Poch is going on with regards to where we're at with Poch. I've seen theories such as the club, they don't want to announce it and then lose a game or two, then ruin the whole good news again with losses. So maybe they're planning at the end of the season, they will announce them. Maybe that would change the mood of the fan base, no matter the outcome, no matter how the season ends. I don't know what the Poch is going on with regards to the news concerning us, the club's negotiations with Poch, for to believe that they're even talking. That's fine. We're moving from that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We'll have 10 likes. Let's get it to 20, 30, 40, 50, and to 100 as soon as possible. We can actually do that. So I'm going to wait to see anything else from anybody. Okay, nothing. We'll go ahead into talking about some of the topics we have lined up here. This says Chelsea will bring back Romelu Lukaku, although this is his future is dependent on who becomes the Blues' next manager. But the club are still looking at strikers and want to bring in either a premium number 9 or a promising one. If we're talking about a promising number 9s, we have 2 at the club already. We have Dato Fofana, who is a complete number 9, a complete footballer. He's not just stereotypical number 9. He can play on both. He can play on either sides of the flanks. He can play centrally. He's a good dribbler. He's quick. He's powerful. You can't muscle him off the ball easily like that. And my bro here, thank you so much. I appreciate that. The beautiful game. Subscribe to Soccer Perspective too. That is our sister channel. There are plans. We're working on recruiting more panelists who can help us represent all the clubs. All the panelists will have already all Chelsea, you can say, experts. We don't have too many panelists that represent all the clubs. Once that happens, and once we'll have enough, I think that the Soccer Perspective will take on a life of its own, and then both channels can be growing at the same time. Our community, if you prefer. Yes, people, thank you so much, Mike Bro, for saying that. And we have it's a Lukaku. It's Lukaku king though. He's not. I think we're facing a situation where Inter are not keen on keeping him. They don't want him. I mean, you could say that that's the case. They don't want him. He's not. He's not been able to measure or to perform as well as he did before we signed him for his second stint at Chelsea. So they've given up on him. Except if we're going to let him stay there on even on the loan, they don't want that. To extend his loans, I don't think they want that. They've been open about that, so that's why he's coming back. Whether he's keen or not, he has to come back. Then we have to decide what to do with him, either to terminate his contract, maybe to keep him. But I think the whole thing, like this comment here says, the whole thing depends on who emerges as the next Chelsea manager. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The poll that asks the question, are you looking forward to the game against Bournemouth? 62% says no, only 38% says yes. Well, I don't blame anybody. That's where we'll find ourselves at the moment. Big up to you too, Chelsea boy. I appreciate you finding the time. Excuse me. I appreciate you finding the time to join today, and congratulations to you for being one of those that got the free membership gift from my friend, Barcelona friend, Lala. Smash the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We have 13 likes already. We should be doing better than that because we have 26 people watching. And if you're watching, if for some reason or the other you're not able to join in the chat, participate in the chat, we appreciate you also because you watching alone does a lot. It's of great importance to the community. But if you can do us one more favor, tiny bitty favor, take a second to drop a like on the stream. That will also go a long way. So thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on the Twitter, please do consider following Chelsea Perspective on Twitter so you don't miss it every time. Anytime we have a live Chelsea show. Surely tomorrow we should win. To avoid 007, yeah, at least that's a wish. Like I said, I don't expect too much, but I also want my team to win at the same time. I think I've conditioned myself to be able to deal whatever the outcome of any whoever we're playing against is. And maybe after preseason, then you can be looking forward to games with utmost confidence of feeling like we're going to win this one. But let's see what happens next. We have, I don't want him back here. Either put him in a garbage bin. Here's the thing, I think that's too extreme. Slow down a bit. I don't want him back. I think majority of the Chelsea fans don't want Lukaku back at the club. But the truth remains, he's still a Chelsea player. He's only on loan at Inter Milan. And if they want him back, he's going to come back, and that's it. There's nothing we can do about it. Then when he comes back, then that's when we decide what to do with him. To terminate his contract and let him go, maybe keep him. And we're hearing that Pochettino feels like he can get the best out of him. And but plus remember, he was our top scorer the year he came back to us when we signed him back. It's just the interview ruined everything. When he struggled a bit, the interview didn't help. So let's move on from that. What else do we have here? No, I mean, is he keen to play for us? He's not. He said that openly. His priority was to stay at Inter Milan. Has always been to stay at Inter Milan. But Inter, they don't want him to stay. Given the comments from Inter president, it just sounds as if they don't want him to stay. They're even insulting him, saying he's overweight and all that. There's no way to tell whether he's keen to play for us. But what I said a few seconds ago is that he's always made it clear that he wants to remain at Inter Milan. Yeah, but he hasn't performed well enough that they want him. He says, I know he's anti-Tuchel, but at the same time, is he also anti-Chelsea? I think you could say he is. He's done a lot of stuff. He's had digs at the club on occasions on Twitter and on Instagram. I can't find a few right now, but I think if those that are watching can also help dig some up. So we'll look at it. I mean, that's how he got the negative nickname. You could say that. But a good one there. I am afraid Lampard will become an 007 manager, agent, or destruction. Here's the thing. One thing I have to be honest. As much as I don't think he's a good manager, every time of those 6 games we've lost during the post-game interviews, you could see that he's suffering. At least if he's not suffering for the sake of the club, he's suffering for the sake of his coaching career. Because how is he going to get another job? But I really do want to talk too much about him. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 15 likes. We should be doing better than that. Lukaku sat in front of the camera and lit fire to his CFC contract after a financial commitment to bring him back. It should haunt him for life that he did that. I don't think he will. He's getting paid, no matter the situation. Inter pays a fraction of his salary, and we're paying the rest. So that's why we're practically stuck with him, except if we make the decision to terminate his contract. That's, of course, for that to happen, I think he'd have to agree. Yeah, we're going to pay him in bulk, but he has to forfeit some percentage of it. But good luck with that. It's business for all parties involved. Plus, he's not getting any younger, and I don't see any club signing him from Chelsea and paying the whole salary. So the club may well look at the situation and say, we're actually better off, terminating his contract and paying him whatever amount that that requires. Lukaku sat, I've read that one. And big up to you, Chelsea boy. And JC, my bro, big up to you. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. I can't complain. He says, my people underestimate the strength of a pairing Nkunku and Havertz. Football is not so simple. Yep, in football, 1 + 1 doesn't always equate to 2. Football is not as simple as seen to a naked eye. More pressing issue. Player sales and a manager. It's not that simple. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's get the likes up. Says I think we need to get a director with the link to CFC history. I think that's to do that. Maybe they realize that maybe they need to do that, and that was why they hired Frank Lampard. But some of those that have links to the club that you're probably expecting to see back at the club may not actually want to come back. I don't know, but let's see if that happens. Lukaku is like a prodigal son. Let's give him a second chance. You can say a third chance, maybe. I hope the fan base. I hope the fan base does that, even though he does not deserve it. He's disloyal. But let's see what Poch can make of him, and that is if Poch emerges as the new Chelsea manager. I think, if anything, I've learned from the fact that we thought it will most likely be Julian Nagelsmann, and it turns out the club weren't actually serious about him. So we'll move on from that one. Let's look at what else we have lined up here. But thank you there. Thank you, my bro, Olade Pupo. Mesole, always nice to see you. Still getting used to these glasses. If I have it on, I can barely see, except for a few, you say, nearly 30 to 45 minutes before I get used to it. Let's move on. This one here says that Chelsea are interested in Aston Villa's Alex Moreno. That's another left back or left wing back. If you're on the chat, let me know what you make of that. But while I wait for you to add your contributions in the chat, whether you want him at Chelsea, whether he's a player you like, I don't believe this. And it's coming from Santi JF, man, and Foot Mercato. I think that's an Italian outlet. Or is it Argentine outlet? I don't know. I don't believe this. We have 2 left back plus who's coming back in, but for the left center back position, what's the name? Ian Martin could well, come back to. So I don't believe this. But Bobby, quickly, let me big up to you first of all. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for finding the time to join in the show. What do you make of the Lukaku situation? He's most likely coming back. I know so many fans don't want him to come back, but it's not up to us to decide. He's still our player. Inter don't want him. Clearly, we're seeing that they've made it clear that he's going to come back to Chelsea before anything else. So how do you think the club will handle the situation, Bobby?
Hi, Coach. Can you hear me? Because I've got the plug in my ear. Okay, it's good. It's working this time. Lukaku. Well, he is our player. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be difficult to sell. That's also true. is it a strategy to get him playing to give him some sort of market value for the next season? Possibly. Um, it's not going to be popular if he comes and stays, but because he's shown that he's a mercenary in many ways. But if the new manager feels that he can make use of him effectively, we don't have any European football, so it won't be like he's somebody that um, will be overplayed or tired out. I don't know what to think. I would just like to see a striker that can score goals and for it to work. If it's him and he does his job and he helps the club go back up the table and achieve things, fine. I don't really care too much about what he said. If he just goes in there and starts balling out. Look, Lukaku, I don't fancy him as a player. I don't think he's a good player at all. But when he's in the mood, he's very effective because of his, my watchword, physicality. He's very physical. He bullies defenders when he's up for it. How often does that happen? Not enough.
Here's where it becomes one issue again with Lukaku. For him to do well, you'd have to build the team around him. And I don't want that to happen. He's not that sort of player. I'd be comfortable saying, okay, let the manager build the team around him. You will practically become a counter-attacking team for Lukaku to work at Chelsea. To see that form he showed at Inter Milan that made us pay that much money for him, it would have to become a counter-attacking team. And he wasn't able to do as well as most people was expecting him to do at United. That's because United didn't build the team around him in terms of becoming a counter-attacking team. At Everton, it was practically the case. At Inter, before we resigned him, that was the case clearly under Antonio Conte. They were a counter-attacking team, and he excelled because he's not that good on the ball. He can finish if you can build the team around him, but he's not that player that I would want my club to build the team around him. But who am I to blow against the wind if the new manager comes in and say, yeah, he can make it work? And at this age, I think the club wouldn't mind keeping him as an option on the bench and starting games to at least let's bite as a team. Play well in the midfield area, play out from the back. But once we get to the attacking area, bite with him. He can unsettle defenders. But is he capable of dropping deep and participating in the play? I haven't seen him do that and do it effectively. Kachila JC, my bro, says Kachila, and here the Bluetooth game says Chelsea have fallen so far. Lukaku is now Chelsea level. Honestly, it is concerning. I have to agree with you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. And out of 28 to 23 votes, 65% says yes, they are looking forward to the game. 35% says no. Okay, at least some people have faith that maybe that's a game we can win. Chelsea have fallen so far. Lukaku is now our level. And my bro here, JC says, Kachila, we have too many directors, just as we have too many players somewhere hired for international expansions. If the scope is international, why do they intervene in CFC? Bowling needs a holiday. Wow, some argument right there. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Hello to you too. Chama, happy Friday to you too. Thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 21 likes. We're moving fast. Let's get it to 100 just like we did yesterday with some cushion. I think it already later on it became 130 plus. Somebody needs to put a sticker on Lukaku's locker with a quote from Hazard during Russia World Cup. Shut up and play. Let's see what happens there. I think Poch prefers a more mobile number 9. The rumors that he wants to give Lukaku a chance. It's just absolute nonsense. I don't believe that until it happens. Coach Dean Paul is saying the new manager won't be announced until the end of the season. That will give Levy plenty of time to save us from Poch. I didn't hear that. I think that interview, I did not watch all of them or read all of them. The part I paid attention is the part that referenced the Chelsea struggles and how that they believe they can still figure it out. The language there caught my attention, and we had to analyze it yesterday because to me it was a bit concerning how most people will interpret that sentence. We will figure it out. I think 4 words or so. But that's, by the way, I didn't read any part. I didn't read the whole transcript. Let's see. I am not looking forward to Chelsea playing tomorrow, but right now I am enjoying watching Brighton. Wow. Thank you for bringing that up. What a team. That is no longer what's his name? No longer a Graham Potter's Brighton. That is the Zervis Brighton. They're clinical. They're more assertive. They're more you can say more direct. But wow, so good to watch. And Mitoma, what a player. And Brighton, I was going to say I don't know how long he's going to stay at Brighton, but Brighton has become a big team themselves. So good luck taking Mitoma away from them. What a player he is. Lukaku and Pogba, they are mentally not up to the task. They're in a retirement and they still haven't cracked it in their brains. Unfortunately, if you ask them to say, they tell you that they are one of the best players in world football. Keep dropping the likes, people. 25 likes. We should be doing better than that. What is Brighton? A man so much focused on playing out perfectly from the back end, losing it in the final third. That was the game yesterday. Luckily, a penalty saved them, but I still say they are a better side than we are. I think during who was that solo run from one of the Brighton team players? He nearly scored an early goal for them. Hate it or love it, they're a very good side, really. I am planning to go to Philadelphia to watch a Chelsea versus Brighton playing during the US tour. Oh, Choma Yosef, I didn't know you were in the US too. I used to live in Jersey, then Pennsylvania. I would have loved it. But I was lucky the last time. Watched them here in Vegas. But beyond that, I wish I didn't go to see them on the day because they didn't really play well. I want to see Mudryk and Fofana. I want to see those 3 players too. Big question, please, can we focus on the topic? So if I'm going back and forth, switching topics like that, I will be exhausted by the time we get even to the 1 hour mark into the show. So please keep dropping the likes on the stream. Question, can we force the owners out? Just a question. I don't think that's possible. Simeon Okuku, it's not possible. Maybe the owners, maybe they have they're able to vote out a member, but that doesn't mean that a member will no longer be a part of the owner. Let's see. At least they are better than Chelsea. The fans are over the moon. They're playing good football, and there's a chance they secure European football. King A says, Wagwan coach, been a minute, brother. Wagwan to you too. I hope you're doing well. Keep dropping the likes, people. 23 likes. We should be doing better than that. It's been a frightening media silence on Poch. Where is he, coach? I don't know. Like I said before, I don't know what the Poch is going on with regards to Poch becoming the new manager, as the media rumored that will be the case in a few days. We were actually told that the club, as close as announcing him last Saturday, last week maybe. But here's the thing, I want to say there's a chance they've looked at it and say, okay, what if we announce him now and Frank remains the coach and we lose a few more games? And the mood will also be negative or again. So why not leave it till the end of the season? So however the season ends, once we announce them, at least the fans will have something to look forward to. That may well be the case. I don't know. If you enjoy seeing a good build-up play where 11 players are focused on building from back, then go and watch Brighton. Football is more than that. That's your opinion. I think they're very good sides, good side, and I think they create lots of good chances, and maybe you need to go look at their numbers too. But they're enjoyable to watch. Kachila, I am based in Canada. Oh, so yeah, not far away. I will be driving there. Yep, it makes sense now. Because yeah, I thought at some point you told me you're based in Canada. Hello everyone, Asma. I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you here. Let's see what else we have. A lot of people says I hope Bolly learns his lessons and take the back seat. He started with a lot of arrogance. Who knows how to get the season game? Who knows to get the preseason game ticket? A good question there. I think you can get it online, and I'll try and find the link so that I can share it so that the community members who live in the United States can get it. I've been 10 years. I watched Chelsea live. Wow, that's a long time. For me, it's not been 10 years because I've seen them all the time. There's hardly a year that I haven't come to the States, especially when I live in the East Coast. I've seen, I think about 3-4 of their games since I've been in the United States. I've lived in the United States. We need Lukaku out of here and get a striker who's hitting their prime. Unfortunately, if we're going, look at what it says here, but the club are still looking at strikers and want to bring in either a premium number 9 or a promising number 9. When you say promising number 9, I think we have Dacho Fofana and we have Amanda Broya. I think those two will suffice for me. You just have to give them a chance. If this is really a long-term project, like Todd Bowley, the club's co-owner, has he's reiterated that it remains a long-term project. How the Poch we sell? I just don't want to say that. How the Poch we sell Timo Werner and send Lukaku out on loan and keep number 10s as strikers. Who was that? Whose idea was that? I don't know. I think the relationship went downhill, and Lukaku himself clearly wanted out. So it wasn't just. It wasn't like the club woke up one day and said, you know what, we don't want this guy at the club. When is Poch coming? I don't know what the Poch is going on with regards to Pochettino becoming the next Chelsea manager. And for there, Kamara, thank you for joining the show. People keep dropping the likes on the stream. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Thank you. If you can, share the link or share the show on whatever social media platform where you have presence. People admire how Brighton play, entertaining, incisive. Yes, they're not just entertaining. It's incisive too. It's assaulting. It's very direct. They're not just passing the ball around for the sake of it. With a system and structure. That's a joy to watch at Chelsea. Some come up with this. People are entitled to their opinion, and you don't want to put your response as the way it will come across as if you're insulting anybody. Coach, I didn't expect this argument from you in justification of Brighton. Go and watch numbers. I say go and watch a game, and I'll watch. I'll go back. I'll take my time to do that. But we're not here to talk Brighton. To me, you don't like that. To me, I like watching them. That's just that. It's not. Here's the thing. Maybe that's how you see it. For instance, against us, they could have scored more than at least 3 goals. To me, that doesn't mean they just play beautiful football. They play football with papers. They want to score. They create good chances. That you see it differently. I see it different, and I have the right to see it differently because we all see things from different lenses. Playing football in triangles and passes may be entertaining to some and not to others. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. That's what we're here to have a conversation. Plus, that approach is what again they're not far away from getting European football, and that it comes down to how they play as a unit, how they attack as a unit, how many chances they create per game. But you see it differently. I see it differently. Then that's fine. Bobby, looks like you have something to say.
I just need to get this call.
We can barely hear you.
So I just need to get this call. I've got a call coming.
All right, no problem. All right, see you when you come back. So we move on from that one. We've looked at this. I want us to move as quickly as possible. Then we can start going to the match preview proper. Let me see what my bro JC says again. Mourinho will crack that team with simple plan. Brighton is all about build-up play. That is not a problem for someone tactical like Mourinho. That may well be the truth, but the question is how they play, how they approach the game. Look where it's gotten them. Yeah, if not for some bad officiating in some cases for them, they should be in the top four. If you've been following the game, but no problem, bro. Like I said, we see things differently. To me, I don't have any problems with that. I think the Zervi has come in, just enhanced Graham Potter's footprint on the team, and they played. They're more assertive right now. The more they played better overall. With good good output maybe. The Zervi is a fantastic manager. That's how I see it. Do I want him at Chelsea right now? I would say it's a huge risk. Football is more than attractive build-up. They're not entitled to top. They're not. I never said there was. I just said how well they've played. Their approach is what has brought them so far. Results are justified. Yeah, I agree. Let's move on from that. So if you're watching, this says Chelsea are interested in Aston Villa's Alex Marino. To me, this is just a rumor that doesn't make any sort of sense. Because I think we're packed in that area, except if Ian Martin refuses to put pen to paper for a new contract, and we'll sell either if we end up selling either what's his name, Ben Chilwell or Marco Correa. That's when this rumor will make sense. At this point, I'd say it doesn't make any sort of sense. Please, if you're watching and you haven't, keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have just 25 likes, and we should be doing better than that. Thank you for all your support. This rumor, I don't think it's one that makes sense. The poll that asks the question: Are you looking forward to the game against Bournemouth? 76% says no, and 24% says no. To me, that's enough sample size to say a majority are looking forward to it. To see how it turns out. Just give me a few seconds. I want to put up a poll to keep reminding people to keep dropping the likes on the stream. It doesn't look like those in the chat do that quite a lot. The moderators. And if you're watching, please, if you're not a moderator, do not use more than 3 emojis. If you do that, Nightbot will delete your comment or even time you out in some occasions. It's not a human being. So please do not use more than 3 emojis, or actually use all caps when typing. So just give me a few seconds. I'll be back with you guys. Let me put up something that will remind people to keep a like in the stream. I will be back. Yeah, I know it's gone more than one. It's been more than a second, but I'll be back in a bit. This is important too. Yes, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Thank you so much. Football, yeah, I like I said, I agree with you, but there's more. I think Brighton, they do more than that. But I get your aspect of being more, more tactically driven than just beautiful football and playing out from the back and all that. I don't see De Zerbi as a risk. Poch is more of a risk, in your opinion, and that's because probably you find it difficult. I think maybe you're finding it difficult to isolate how good he is as a manager from the fact that he's a coach at Tottenham. I think that's what you're doing, probably, or subconsciously. It's a natural thing. I think that's how I see that. Poch is more of a risk, in my opinion, because of his Tottenham links. Yeah, you actually have that in your sentence, and apologies for not reading through that. So if you're watching, if you haven't, keep dropping the likes on the stream. 31 likes, let's get it to 50 and shoot for 100 as soon as possible. What else do we have here? We will pick up a point. I have it at 2-2. Okay, let's see what happens. I remember how Mourinho United demolished Ajax Europa League, in the Europa League by playing football in the air. Yeah, that's a tactic too. Sometimes you can settle teams that like to play out from the back. Yeah, I understand that. Ajax could pass around, but only when the ball is on the carpet. Mourinho, friend them, simple. That was attractive. Here's the thing: some people like to keep it on the carpet, like to win, but not just win, but win in an attractive manner. Some just want to win like Mourinho. That's why I always say Mourinho isn't the most progressive. And De Zerbi, actually, if you follow him, he can actually be pragmatic if need be. But I get your point quite clearly. Poch is more experienced than De Zerbi. No basis for comparison. But people see reasons for that. Like I said, I think most people's concern, not rating Poch that much, comes down to the fact that he's coached Tottenham, and subconsciously people are not able to isolate that fact from the fact that he's actually a good manager. At least I think so. Remember how Luis van Gaal tore apart. Can you let's leave this argument, please? We're not here to talk about Brighton. Tore apart Argentina in its last 15 minutes. Argentina looked like school kids looking at what that's tactics. Yeah, I know we agree on that. Let's just move on from that. We're not here to talk. Here's the thing: we could argue till tomorrow. I'll still tell you, Brighton. I think they're not just passing the ball around. They do that with papers. I don't know how else to explain this. Let's move on. We're not here to talk about Brighton or tactics right now. And you make a good point. And believe me, I think I see it differently. I don't think that their approach is what brought them where they are today. So it's been productive for them. Let's see. Chelsea is going through some rough patch, but we will bounce back. I think I do believe that. So nobody here wants to talk about the fact that Chelsea, there are some rumors going around that we're looking at Aston Villa's left back or left wing back, if you prefer, Alex Moreno. Moreno, to me, it's absolute nonsense. Sure, we didn't spend 600 million on players with characteristics to play attractive football, to play football in the air. Let's move on from that conversation, please. Let's hope Poch will. We're not sure either. Like I said before, I'm not sure what the Poch is going on. These players are mentally dead inside. These players need a reality check and feel discipline into them, like Eric Ten Hag. Here's one thing I want to say. I think it's moved. I think it's moved. This time, I think the issue's gone beyond the players' mentality to the players being, you could say, the confidence level is in the minus, and that is concerning. And that's because we've lost too many games, which means losing the next one is like this, and which means not losing the next one. Well, you'd have to make at least 4 to 5 changes for that not to be an issue. I don't know if you get my point. It's come beyond their mentality to a confidence issue right now, which means the manager has to make a lot of changes, if that makes sense. Let's see what we have here. Does that mean Chilwell is going or Cucurella? I don't believe this. Look at the outlet, Santi JFM. I don't even know that, but Foot Mercato, I think, is an Argentine outlet. So sometimes agents do push those things, do get some journalists to help them, get the interest, attention of some clubs or something like that. Maybe help the player get an improved salary. So I don't think this. It doesn't make any sort of sense. Let's talk about why it doesn't make any sort of sense. First of all, Ian Matson, if he puts pen to paper for a new contract, I think he comes back. And we're not gonna bring Alex in, except if either what's his name, Marco Correa or Ben Chilwell leaves. And if that happens, which means the club will do whatever they can to make sure Ian Matson puts pen to paper for a new contract. So this doesn't make any sort of sense. In fans' mind, a striker, DM, goalkeeper, not a left back, and that's just the truth. That's what makes sense from what we've seen. We don't need a left back right now. I think we're packed in the left back area. So if the club decides to sell one of Cucurella, or Ben Chilwell, they will most likely do all whatever it takes to keep Ian Maatsen. Okay, coach, we'll move on. What I am also trying to say is that we must get a tactical, intelligent manager with a plan. Yep, I think it makes sense. That's what we need right now to stabilize the ship. Like I've always tried to explain, you cannot sail to anywhere without a stable ship. You will sink. Even if the intention is still, the focus is still on the long-term project, it starts by making sure that the club is stable. Otherwise, we'll find ourselves in the championship with the long-term project. So we have to stabilize the ship and then be able to sail to whatever direction we want to sail to. What I am also trying to say is that we must get a tactical, intelligent manager with a plan, and we hopefully give him total control of football matters off the pitch. I think that's a solid argument, and not interfere like we believe that the current owners are doing, if that's in fact the truth. Kemboy, hello, coach. We have a good player in Ian Maatsen. We should keep him. Colwell too. In the case of Ian Maatsen, I don't think he'd agree to put pen to paper if we still have Ben Chilwell and Marco Correa at the club, because it wouldn't make any sort of sense. Except if we can convince him with the fact that what's the name of his club that made it? What's the name of his club? Can somebody in the chat remind me how could I forget the club where he played on loan in the championship and they have been promoted to the Premier League. Let me see. Gosh, Burnley. Yeah, thank you. There you go. You have it in the chat. The fact that Burnley they've made it to the Premier League. You can say that you could discuss it with them, convince them. Since Burnley made it to the Premier League, just spend one more season with them. I think it'd be easy to convince him to do that. At least that's what I believe is possible. That's not me being certain that they should be able to convince him to put pen to paper for a long term, to extend his for a long term contract. But it would be easier had it been the Bournemouth. They're not promoted to the Premier League. Then it's a big problem. But it's easier now to convince him. Say, stay with them, enjoy yourself one more season with them, and then come back home. We'll make space for you then. I think maybe he'd listen. I hope that's the case because he's an excellent player. He got a few assists and some goals too. Yeah, hello to you, Camboy, once more. Where's Poch? I've said this before. A chunky, fat 12. I don't know what the Poch is going on with regards to Chelsea announcing the new coach. I am worried that we might have messed up this up too. I don't know. There's no way to tell what's going on. Some are saying maybe he's changed his mind, and some want that to happen so that we can move on to someone else. I think Todd doesn't know what he's doing. Jones, yes, people keep dropping the likes on the stream and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. We're 39 likes. Let's beef it up, people. We can do better than that. This here says, get the manager in first. Get rid of players who that we don't want, who are surplus to the requirement. What's going on with this club? I don't know. It's not that simple. Let's see. I heard that Poch sports phobia too. You had the Poch sports phobia too. But I got over it, especially because Levy is not interested for now. I think we have to move on and support him. Plus, if we're being honest, I think he would do well, and he's the sort of manager that will work with the players we have. If we're not going to be making lots of signings, then to somebody that's capable of getting the best out of the players we have, I think Poch will be the man. Lewis Hall has been better at left wing back than Cucurella. Yep, that's because he's traditionally a midfielder, and I think Graham Potter played him in that role. Not his primary responsibility isn't to defend, but to help overload the midfield area and the attacking area. And he was excellent on the occasions that he got the opportunity to be on the pitch for us. Why that hasn't happened more often, I don't know. I think it'd actually be better for us in helping us control the game and play out from the back. I think he's capable of doing that, and he has some good passes in him too. But I don't know why he hasn't gotten too many chances. Got to keep Hall and Madsen. Yeah, I think we have to at all costs. Kukurea, he can leave if he wishes to. Let's see what happens. He may well not want to leave if he can't find any club that will pay him, the salary that Chelsea are paying him right now. Barley was the name I was looking for, so thank you. No, not Luton, but Barley. So thank you for that. What else do we have? Anything else to look at here? Dixon says Poch is no longer coming. Is that what you think, or is that a fact? I don't know. Apparently, the football player JJ Watt is part owner of Barley. I don't know who that is. Do you think Nagelsmann is perfect? He's tactically and a proper player at Chelsea, but can he bring discipline into these players? I don't know, really. I do not know, but we moved on from Nagelsmann since he pulled out of the running to become the next Chelsea manager. Which striker do you prefer? Whichever striker that we believe will be effective under whoever the new manager is, which we don't know right now. If it is Poch, I'd say Lukaku. Questions. I have a lot of questions whether Lukaku will walk under him. If you say Osimhen, maybe he's more mobile than Lukaku, you can say, and has he's more of a complete footballer than Lukaku is. Sadio Mane, perfect Pochettino type of striker. And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he play under him at Southampton, which may well be the reason some people try to sell us the rumors that Chelsea are actually looking to sign him for experience also and all that. So there aren't too many to think of right now, but it depends on who's coming in. Smash a like on the people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're at 41 likes. Let's get it to 50 as soon as possible. We can get there soon. I would suggest let them try Mendy in the goal position if Kepa is failing. Emulong, Peter Oluka. Here's the thing: can we actually categorically say Kepa is struggling? It's debatable. For so many reasons, but we're not going to get into that. We'll move on. JC says players like Kukurea will be a problem to ship out. Yep, his salary, how much we paid for him. If we're looking to recoup anything close to how much we paid for him, I think it'd be difficult. I think he may well stay. There's a chance that the incoming manager, likes him. We don't know. Better than Ben Chilwell, we really do not know. This here says, Coach, a friend of mine is a sports fan who wants to leave them and support Chelsea. Tell him he's welcome. Jerry Z, tell him he's welcome. And nice to see you. I don't know if I've said hello to you. He told me that he fell out of love with Spurs post-Potter era. He's worried Chelsea fans will accept him. Wow. That is some situation to think about. I'm not sure what to make of it. Laughing out loud, Nagelsmann, guy got woke and cancelled us. Banter FC, that's a chance that's the case. It's a chance he looked at us and it became clear to him no Champions League football for us, not even any European engagement for us at all, plus not even sure whether we're going to survive relegation. And he said, you know what, I'm not doing this. So yeah, it's believable. So he got working cancelled us. You cannot be speaking badly on Kukurea if you can address Chilwell's form since arriving at Chelsea. Here's the thing. Ask everybody in the chat, they will tell you I'm a big defender of Kukurea. But a lot of people think the club is going to sell him. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see what happens. Let's see what else we have here. Coachella has a video on why you should be a Chelsea fan. Yeah, I think I have one, but maybe it needs updated because things have changed a bit. But thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate that, brother. What else do we have? We just need a good coach. We got the materials. At least that's what you believe. But I think we need even more materials. At least one material in the midfield area, one material in the central mid. You can say a calm central attacking midfielder who's capable of producing double digits of assists or chance creation from the central area. Because I'm going to keep preaching this until that changes. Majority of the chances we create come from the flanks and on the carpet, which makes it very, very predictable. Keep dropping the likes on the chat on the show, people. We have 44 likes. Let's get it to 50 and shoot for 100. We're capable of doing that. Thank you so much for joining the show. Let Lampard use Mudryk in the starting squad. Nani is the best player with a great impression. Doesn't shy away from taking on his man, and very, very direct. I think had he played more games that he'd already played since he joined us, I think he'd be in a better place right now. I think that it's not too late. Start giving him game time now. Look at the last game. He showed he showed more fight than most of the players on the pitch. The update will be, why should you be a Chelsea fan 23-24 and not 22-23? I think, good suggestion. That it makes sense. Let's move on from that one to this one here. It says, I understand that Chelsea would consider sending Conor Chukwuemeka out on loan next season from Bobby Vincent. I would say that's a rumor, but there's a chance Conor himself would want to go out on loan if he faces the same situation that he's faced this season. But you could say not really down to him, not really down to manager. There were occasions when we heard we were expecting him to come in. It turns out he got injured for on one occasion he was ill. So it wasn't like the managers didn't want to play him. I think he's been unlucky himself. Maybe he stays because he's a good player. He's a player that even Barcelona wanted. I think Inter Milan wanted him to, and were promising him, a first team game time in the first team. And he could have gone to them, but he came to us. I'm not going to give up on him because I know he's a good player. He can play as an 8. I think he's capable of playing as a 10 too. He's a fine player overall, a good dribbler, and also another player who doesn't shy away from taking on opposition players. But like I said, I don't think I wouldn't say we've treated him badly so far this season. No, he's been unlucky, and some situations you could argue he wasn't available to be selected. I have been saying this about fans having negative energy about certain players while backing certain players who have been equally bad. Not a good look at all. I think I agree with you. We have to use the same energy with regards to the way we judge Chelsea players. Kachila, do you think we could substantially get a better DM than the ones we already have in the squad or in the academy? It's a good question. Lampard can play in that position. Who else comes to mind? I don't think nobody else except Ethan Lampard. I'm not too sure if I can say Lampard it will be the perfect solution for us in terms of us needing a player in that particular position. I just can't say that. I mean, such big a difference in quality that we end up investing another 100 million. If we really want that sort of a player, maybe Ismail Barisa for whose release clause is 50 million euros. That's not a bad that's not a bad price for a player of his quality, not just stereotypical DM. Maybe Romeo Lavia. I don't think he will cost anything beyond 15 million, especially if Southampton gets relegated. I think there are cheaper options out there. For the other option we discussed yesterday, I'm not sure his transfer how much it's going to cost. I think there are some cheaper options, but if you want to go get someone like Casado and play him as a DM, then you can look into something. A fear that will be most definitely be north of 100 million. So I'm not too sure who to suggest right now. They need to do their research, maybe get a gem somewhere. We don't know that much. Since our owners are so unorthodox, maybe they don't want to announce Poch yet, as they worry it will affect Lampard's hold on the team. I don't think so because he already knows. He's there as the interim manager. So I don't think that's the case. Honestly, that's how I see it. Honestly, to me, Chukwuemeka is a very good player. Looking at his great impression in the possession, I would like him to play. He shouldn't be sold in the summer. I don't think the club will sell him. If anything, he goes out on loan. That's how I see it. Just quickly, I do believe that Camavinga was the one we can say substantially better quality than what we have. But the names being mentioned right now do not represent a big improvement, if any. That's a solid argument. I'm just maybe Casado if we're going to play him there. I'm just scared. Todd will bring a second version of Potter next season. That's the least of my concern. So I'm going to move to the very bottom people. And yeah, then I want us to get all the topics we'll have lined up, and then we'll get into reviewing the match. This Todd Bowley guy, wow. I'm not going to read that one. God, it sacked TT for what reason? Was this big mistake? What was the mistake he made? Yep. Wow. That's too much for me. I'm not going to read that. What this player's back is a dressing room communication. Okay, what they lack, so to speak. Sorry for misreading that. Let's see. Pochettino will be a Chelsea coach. Be patient, guys. Taberho, always nice to see you. Whenever you have time, share the link to your channel so people can go check it out. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. You people are absolute legend. 47 likes, 53 more to get it to 100. We can make it happen. Chelsea should stop buying all these young players. If there isn't a structure for them to develop, this can lead to the player's career being damaged. That's the truth. And then signing new players and in the future will become an issue. Tuchel's mistake was that he was a hire of the last regime. Okay. And he was hired by the last regime. And when a regime changes, they change all of what the last regime had. That's life. Not in football. That doesn't happen that much in football, but they wanted to do that. Is it true? Let's see. Coach, what's your take on Andre Santos? Can we move straight into a squad next season? You can't say that. You can say he's unknown. He could. That could happen. But the question is, how well will he do in the Premier League? We don't know. But he's shown that he's you can say he's matured beyond his age. If you watch him play, the sort of maturity he plays with, you think, he's older than he looks. So yeah, I think he will probably be part of the squad during the preseason. But the question is, will he do well in the Premier League? I don't know. That remains to be seen. Todd Bowley is the Ted Lasso of owners. Wow. Some comment right there. Good afternoon to you too, Eneche, Dominic Maximilian Eneche. Thank you. And nice to see you here. 50 likes, 15 more to get it to 100. Let's keep it going, people. So we have this here. Anything that's serious there? Let me see. I think I must have had something here. Nothing new. Let me see. I must have opened this window for something I saw there, but probably scrolled down and cannot see it immediately. So let me see. This is Victor Roque. I think, excuse me, sorry. We're interested in signing him, but his agent is suggesting he joins Barcelona. We move on from that. We've talked about Lukaku. With Victor Roque, we've talked about him. Anything new here? Nothing new to talk about. I think we go straight to the match preview. Let's see what we have. Glenn, big up to you, Glenn. He says, excuse me, big up coach and chat, big up to you too, brother. I have you doing well, and thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. Sincerely do appreciate that. And if you want to become a member, the link to becoming a member is pinned at the very top. You can click it. It costs $2.99. That will help us to sponsor, to help students every month, and also the channel will benefit to it. Big up everyone, big up Glenn. Let's go get into previewing the match. Let's start by looking at head-to-head. Where do we have it? Head-to-head in a total of that is 10, and that is 14 meetings. We won 19, drew 1, and they won 4. But that's no guarantee. And let's see what in the last 5 meetings, how many did we win? We won 1, 2, and 3. And we drew 1 to draw in the Premier League also, but this one is a friendly. We won. They beat us 4-0 in the Premier League. That was January 30th, 2019. Under who was that? I don't remember. But yeah, it's been ups and downs, you could say. So they've won how many? One and two. They won the friendly, and this one Premier League 1-2. Oh, they won 3. They beat us 4-0 here, beat us 1-0 here, and then yeah, they won 2. We won 2 and 1 draw. The last 5 minutes. So it's been everywhere. So let's look at the insights and let's see. Let me vote and see who people think will win. Let me just vote for my club. So it's pretty much even. With who will win, 14% thinks the outcome of the game will be a draw, and yeah, 45% thinks Bournemouth will win. So nobody actually gives us a chance right now. And 41% thinks Chelsea will win. And it's a total of 19,586 votes. And by tomorrow, I think it will be 100,000 plus. But still, yeah, it's even though it shouldn't be this close, under normal circumstance, I think you'd see Chelsea having more votes in terms of who wins the game. Let's see what else we have in the chat before. Then I will come back. We'll continue with the match preview. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 6 more likes to get it to 60. And then we need 46 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, people. We can do that, but only if you believe we can. Let's see what else we have here. We need these 3 points. We need it. We need these 3 points. We do need them, honestly. Let's see what else we have here. A report. Chelsea are taking the time to appoint a new manager to avoid making future mistakes. Not sure about that with Bolly. We've heard that 10 times and 10 billion times that's going to happen. Coach, that is it. I said it here first. We are winning tomorrow. You know I'm gonna hold you to that statement. I'm gonna hold you accountable for that statement. I hope we'll win. If you want, look at the link. My bro, the beautiful game, to share the link to our sister channel called Soccer Perspective. Believe me, if you love Chelsea Perspective, Soccer Perspective is also going to be as interactive as Chelsea Perspective, but with different panelists. The panelists will be mixed quite a lot because we'll be covering all football clubs, all football competitions globally. So be sure to subscribe to Soccer Perspective. Thank you so much for doing that, the beautiful game. That even reminds me even more about the burn envelope things we talked about, but we'll figure out how to make that work. And my bro here, John Wab, thank you so much for the donation to the channel. Good morning to you too, brother. What a way to say morning to a brother. But I appreciate that. Thank you, John Wab. Thank you for joining. I sincerely do appreciate that. Let's see. And I do hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. Is it John Wab? JC, you're brave. Yeah, we need that bravado. Hopefully his prediction comes true. Big up to my bro DJ. So nice to see you, brother. Kuchila Poch pushing up for sports job. Where did you hear that? I think that will make the beautiful game happy. But they don't want him. Wow. I did not see that coming. DJ, are you trolling? I know you don't troll. And you want that to happen, right? So that we can look at someone else. What if he joins Tottenham right now, and we end up with Vincent Kompany or the Celtic manager? Yeah, the Prince is here. Big up the Prince. Big up panel. Like the channel, people. Keep dropping the likes. 56 likes. Let's get it to 60 and shoot for 100. We can do that. Thank you so much once more, John Webb, for the donation. I sincerely do appreciate that. And I did ask you the question. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. Please do let me know. I like to do that. I agree. We need these 3 points, but we need. But we've needed 3 points for months now. Yeah. DJ, good luck to him because they want the Zervi, Julian Nagelsmann, or Ruben Amorim. Yeah. Let's see. The Bournemouth game is the last chance we have to get to 40 points. After that, we might as well just forfeit the remaining games. Wow, I think it makes sense. Let's look at our remaining schedule. The remaining games in our schedule. Wow, this is hard to look at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1 hide, and that's 6. And the only one we got a point from is a draw. Wow. Let's look at fixtures here. We have Bournemouth tomorrow. We have Nottingham Forest. They play high octane football, and we seem to struggle against teams that play high octane football. We have Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. I don't know if he was Thomas Tuchel or maybe Graham Potter. Actually, I usually say such teams we seem to find it easy to play against them because they don't defend it. Then Manchester United, yeah. So I think I'm going to start sounding like the beautiful game. I'm really not too sure where the win is going to come from. Yeah, it's concerning really. Let's see what else we have here. Believe me, I had who? What name is that? Tromi, is it Tromi on the phone before making? I don't know how to pronounce that. It's not something I'm familiar with. On the phone before making any dramatic statement. I hope you don't become another Rodrigo, telling us he saw a vision of us winning. But let's see what happens. We move on from that one. DJ, big up brother. Let's see. Steve Bruce to Chelsea. Here we go. Go away. Just go away. News came out yesterday, bro. Rather Poch than Company. I think a Company will be an excellent manager, but not now. And I don't think he'd risk it too. Maybe he's so confident in himself. If he gets the opportunity, he would risk it. But it would be a huge risk to go for Vincent Company. I don't think he has the experience yet. I think Company will be an excellent manager, but not now. He needs to manage Burnley for at least 3 years in the Premier League. Yeah. Poch will not go to Spurs. Levy didn't spend a dime and stopped him from becoming an elite manager. You could argue that he's coming to Chelsea with a vengeance and a point to prove. If he comes to Chelsea with that point mindset, I'll take it. Which I believe if he's coming to Chelsea, he'd come to Chelsea with that mindset. He'd be coming to try to show Daniel Levy, look, I had what it takes. I've always had what it takes to take spots to help Tottenham win trophies. But you didn't really sponsor or support me. I think I subscribe to that idea. Let's see what happens. We're so dusted. Yeah, that's another way to say it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 56 likes. Let's get it to 60. And then we'll have a little less to go to get it to 100. Please, the likes do go a long way. And I know we can do that, but only if you keep dropping the likes. Coachella, what is really happening to our team, Coach? It's that every time they cannot see what we as fans are seeing outside. In football, it's like that, really. The fans actually see better than the manager, than the players. Yeah, because you're seeing it as an outsider. You don't have the pressure, all the distractions such as I don't know how else to explain it for me to make sense of what I'm trying to explain right now. But the fact is, it's easy to see more than those that are actually directly involved in the game. Let's all let it all manifest. Win. Yeah, I think maybe if it does, I'll take it. Then we can all breathe, take a deep breath, and say, finally, it's over. At least we're staying up. Certainly. It's who still in the conversation. Who? Angie, can you write it fully? I think I'm having a brain fart this morning. I'm not sure. Tibet hosted Bruce, a great one, brother. Yeah, that could happen. I don't want Steve Bruce. Hi, Coach. I just hope we bounce back strong next season and challenge for the title. I'm not even sure if we still want Poch or there could be other managers being considered. That may well be the case, but there's no way to tell. Whatever happens, I think there's a chance we'll do better than people expect us to do in the coming season. I've always been concerned with the club's immediate future. But the long-term future, I've always had the confidence that we're going to do well. I don't mind Company, but that's only because he would be Chelsea's first choice. Wakandan manager. I know. You plugged in that one to change what you really mean, but I understand what you mean. I think it will be, yeah, a step in the right direction, but it's still a risk. And I mean, for the sake of it being a risk, I would say no. But yeah, let him prove himself first. Steve Bruce to Chelsea will happen. DJ, stop. I don't see that happening. Company and Anderlecht and City legend is not going to be our long-term manager, lads. Yeah, being a City, if City wants him, be rest assured he'd leave us in a, like this and join City. That's how I see it. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's get it up high. Let's see what else we have here. Company is just like a Potter, and that's the fact. I think I don't agree. He's just like Potter. I think he has a different something that makes him unique. That clearly you could say. Let me just say he's different from Potter. If you've seen his dressing room speech, the players will probably be crapping their pants up if you're one of the reasons why they're not doing well before the half. If you've heard them speak, you'd know they will talk sense into an underperforming team, which I don't think we were able to get that from what's his name, Graham Potter. He's not. I don't know if it's right if it's a problem to say that Potter was soft on the players. I don't think Company will be. Just check. I think you see that video, him talking to his Burnley players during the break. You need to that will tell you quite a lot. He differs quite a lot from Graham Potter. Let's see. I still cannot believe we fumbled Luis Enrique. Not fumbled. We didn't want him. I don't know. Fumble. If you say fumble, which means maybe we were negotiating with him, we really wanted him, and then somehow we said something he didn't like. I think we didn't want him. At one point, the club decided he's not the man for the project. But it's not too late. There's a chance they go back to him, but I'm not sure what's happening. Henry Otalo, if Lampard makes the right, if he selects the right lineup with Mudryk and Mudryk for final starting up front, we are winning. I hope so. You'd see more drive, more fight. But trust English. No, don't do that. Don't do that, please. So avoid mentioning nationality. It can come across as you're being racist, or I don't know how else to phrase it. But please don't do that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We're at 57 likes. Let's get it to 60 and shoot for 100 as soon as possible. Jerry Z says Company is another Guardiola's imposter. Maybe not imposter. I think as much as Guardiola can be animated on the sideline and can give a good speech, I don't think his speech is, you can say, as rigorous, maybe, as that of, did I even pronounce the word correctly? Some words I hate to use when I speak. One of the words I hate to use when I speak. But I think, no, I think he differs a bit. But we'll find out. Company is not coming to Chelsea because it's Man City future manager maybe you could say he wouldn't want to risk it right now. It would be a huge risk. Dixon Dona, thank you for saying that. And Chama says tight formation, Tite. Okay, Tite, former Brazilian coach, wanted the Chelsea job as well. Tite, who's that? How can I not remember the person? Breaking news: Gareth Southgate has agreed a 7-year contract to manage Chelsea. Oh my goodness! Ground manager reporter will take over. just stop, people. Please just stop. We have so many translators. The manager passed on by the coach has changed entirely when it reaches the player. Went from keep the ball to give it your all. I heard that too, and that could be an issue. Language barrier could be, you could say, definitely a serious issue. It doesn't help. On one side, I want to make you all enjoy the positive vibes I am getting for future predictions of tomorrow's game, but a small part of me just doesn't want to play. That's a disclaimer right there, and I like that. Let's see what else we have here. DJ, stop doing this to us, please. I think the owners need a red card. Omar Dunk, nice to see you, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. What, 58 likes? Let's get it to 60 and shoot for 100. We need just 42 more to get it to 100. I think we can do that. Tite is Brazil coach, the current Brazilian coach. Okay. He took them to the World Cup. Okay, now that man, I don't think I like him tactically, actually. I don't think I like him tactically. Maybe he's coached club side and he did well. I don't know. I don't think the right lineup is all what is needed to win a game of football. You must have the right system of play, no matter the formation. I agree with you. Structure, in-game management, and more importantly, the players must be in the right frame of mind. I'm talking about confidence. The team's confidence at this point is at all-time low. It's in the minus, and I'm serious. And that comes first. Look how badly we played against Arsenal. That team, believe me, had it not been for the confidence issue, I think we would have done better against Arsenal. Listen, the truth remains, losing 6 games in a row, I'm going to keep repeating this. Losing the 7th is like this. It have to take the opposition team, you could say, not taking us seriously, or maybe feeling like they've won the game. Then they can bottle it. But the fact we've lost 6 in a row, losing the 7th game in a row, it won't be difficult. Same, and vice versa. The case is actually vice versa. If you win 6 games in a row, winning the 7th is easy. Then you don't accept losing. Even if you're 2 goals down, you can still believe you will win. You win it because you've won 6 in a row, and you've developed that mentality, that winning mentality. And if we keep saying winning mentality, there's also actually losing mentality, if that makes sense. But yeah, good. Gallardo will take charge of Chelsea next season. I heard that rumor. The rumors were that we were at the point of announcing him as the next Chelsea manager. So here's what I've decided to do. I would not believe that anybody will be announced as the Chelsea manager until the person is announced. Then I'd say, okay, this is the person right now, because he's been everywhere, and you can't trust the Twitter journalists and all that. We'll move on from that. We've checked this, what people feel about that. We've looked at head to head. Let's look at the team form. Oh my gosh, this is seriously concerning, really. We've lost 6 games in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1 that is hidden because they only show 5 games at the same time. We've lost 6 games in a row, which means you're losing the 7th. It's easy losing the 7th, really. For Bournemouth, look at them. They beat Leicester City 1-0 away. They beat Tottenham 3-2 away at the Tottenham Stadium. And then West Ham hammered them 4-0. And you can say they bounced back immediately. In our case, look, we've been so bad that usually when we lose a game, then you see a reaction the next game. But that has not been the case. And maybe you could say that's down to the manager not making enough changes, not bringing players who's been on the bench or who hasn't gotten too many opportunities to play, who will be hungry and will be daring to go to show you that they're actually better than those who started the last time we lost a game. Maybe that's the case. We haven't seen any sort of reaction from our players. After losing 1 game, we'll go to the next one. It gets worse, actually, which is where, even though I think that the players now have a confidence issue, I also still think the manager also not realizing maybe I need to bring in select a more hungry set of players so that get the reaction from them and not select the players that performed badly in the last game. I'm not sure what to make of the situation, but look at this. They've been better than us. They've been scoring, beat Leeds United by 4-1. Wow. You can say maybe they didn't concede that much, actually. The only time they conceded quite a lot was a loss against West Ham United, 4 goals. But other than that, they've conceded 2, against Tottenham, but they still you can say that gives us hope. The fact that they've been conceding goals, but it's concerning really that losing after under Frank Lampard, we actually didn't see anything that close to being what we could call a new manager bounce. That didn't happen. Yeah, it's concerning. So he needs to make at least 4-5 changes to for the mentality of the team to change to a considerable extent that we're able to get a result out of the next game. I think he needs to do that or to get a reaction from the team overall. This says that, Coach, it is easier to predict tomorrow's lineup. Nailed on starter, Gallagher, Mudryk, and Mudryk. At least that's what we believe. Given the fact that these players might hate Gallagher or you love him, I want him on the pitch right now because you can see that spirited. He wants to perform. He wants to run. At least he presses. Had they been on the pitch against Arsenal, even if he was behind, playing behind, playing as one of the eights or maybe on the flanks as one of the wingers, since we played with right forward. However, the application we applied ourselves on the day, I think we'd see a better pressing from us than we did see on the day. Gallagher, Mudryk, Thiago Kante, for sure. I think so. But I think he needs to make more changes to see for us to see a spirited performance from the team. Now the player mentality is play the most part. You can play with the best tactics, formation, etc. But it's not going to perform. It's not going to yield results if the players don't have the right mentality and probably fitness. Wow. Some comment right there, Kachila. According to reports from the Evening Standard, Chelsea want to sell players to raise 200 million for FFP. What are the players you think we can? I think we have a show scheduled for that. And believe me, don't worry, we'll get to that. Maybe after this particular the upcoming game, we'll take our time and do that. It's a show. So and let's not switch from topic to topic. It can be exhausting. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. We're stuck at 58 likes. Let's get it to 60. We need just 42 more likes to get it to 100. We can do that, people. So keep dropping the likes on the show. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for saying that. Coach, we are 19th in the form table, which means out of all the opponents in the league, we are guaranteed 3 points. We are guaranteed the 3 points for struggling Bournemouth. Let that sink in. 007 incoming. Yeah, if you're going by statistics, we're losing another game tomorrow. But one thing that gives me hope is that football 1+1 doesn't always equal to. You cannot strip the game. That's the thing. The only thing that gives me hope, really. But if you're basing your judgment on statistics solely, then it's definitely going to be a loss for us tomorrow. Coach, showing that Bournemouth run out of form on screen, you have motivated me to repeat my statement. We're beating them tomorrow. You heard it correct. Okay, I hope to see that. But even if we're beating them, I don't want to see Frank Lampard pump his fist like we're winning the league. Good lineup, bro. No win. Let's see what else we have. I predict that we will put 11 players out on the pitch. That is all I can guarantee. Yeah. That is literally the only thing that makes sense. And I don't blame you. That's how bad things has gotten for us, how it's become for us, that we don't even believe we're capable of winning a single game. That's concerning, really. Unfortunately, Gallardo cannot speak English. It will be another Ranieri situation when he first came to England. Bear that in mind. Our clowns of owners need to get it right. Wow. I think they need to do that. If they get Gallardo, it will be a big mistake. I think so too. No European experience. It will be very, very difficult. Hello, Chelsea fans. Hello to you too, Rashi. Thank you for joining, Rashi. I don't know if you've subscribed to our sister channel called Soccer Perspective. Please do that. We need the numbers there. Keep dropping the likes, people. 60. So we need 40 more to get it to 100, and we're capable of doing that. I forgot to mention Havertz. He's starting as well. So we are left with 4 to predict. You could say that. Let's see what else we have. Keep Lampard against us. We need the front 3. Yeah, thank you so much. We're going to do that. Keep praying. We'll see that happen. 0-10 incoming. Lampard will start Kepa. It's not what we think. It's what we predict is going to happen. Yeah. If we're going by what we think, I think you'd see an entirely different 11. But the truth is, if you're really predicting what the players he'd select, Gallagher will come in, especially he didn't play the last game. And I think Kai Havertz will start, even over Dacho Fofana. So let's look at the insights here. It's always good to do that. 61 likes, people. We need 39 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. Okay, here it says Bournemouth are ranked 14th in goals scored per match. They score 1.1 goals per match. And for us, Chelsea, we're ranked 16th. We haven't moved up. We're ranked 16th in goals scored per match, 0.9. Yeah, that's concerning. So if we're basing our judgment, our prediction, with the department we've looked at right now, or the area we've looked at in terms of goals scored per game, it's certainly going to be a loss for us. And they scored in the second game, like we talked about. I think they have goals in them. The second insight here says they have scored 9 goals in their last 5 matches. Okay, let's see that. And for us, the second insight here, we haven't kept a clean sheet in 6 matches. How many goals have we scored in 6 matches? 1 deflected goal or 2 goals? 1 deflected goal. How many? Can somebody help me there? 1 deflected goal. Have we scored again after that? I'm waiting. How many goals have we scored after that deflected goal? I think it was it against Brighton or was it against what team did we score that deflected goal? Let's see what we have here. What else we have? Lampard met Chelsea was. I couldn't agree more with you. Big Sam Allen was free agent, and we could have gotten him as a caretaker manager. It's possible we could go to relegation. It's still very possible, mathematically possible. Big up, coach, and everyone in the chat. Big up to you too, True Blue Clay. Always nice to see you. We've scored 2 since then. So yeah, and they've scored 9 in 5 matches. So they're more likely to outscore us. That's not saying certainly that's what we're going to see happen tomorrow. But this shows they're more likely. They've scored 9 goals in their last 5 matches. Were scored just 2, which means they're more likely to outscore us, if that makes sense. It says that NATO is ranked 3rd in saves per match in the competition, 3.9 saves per match. That shows you also actually we've not been clinical, which means we're going to find it even more difficult to score against them. So yeah, if we're going by the insights we're looking at right here, right now, we're more likely to lose the game tomorrow than get a win. Unfortunately, that's where we are right now. But like I've said before, something that gives me hope is this: in football, you cannot script football. It's as simple as that. I will continue with the insights, but let me get what more we have here. Let's see. The only way we win this game is if ball is sacked, Frank, and then he goes on and manages Bournemouth. oh man! I forgot I have a coffee in front of me. Just 1 second. We are at 65 likes, 35 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, people. Thank you so much for all your support. What else do we have here? Against Brighton, the deflected goal. I think one more. There's one more. I don't remember. Then Arsenal from Naughty Mudryk. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bournemouth has been our boogie team for a while now. I think it's been ups and downs. We've beaten them. They've beaten us. I think we looked at recent meetings. The last one we beat them 2-0 December 27th. Then before then, July 27th, they beat us 2-1, and then that was a friendly in that one. But in the Premier League game, 2-2 draw, and the last one they beat us 1-0 and then they beat us 4-0. So they've had the better of us, actually, even though it's been ups and downs. So, yeah, we struggled to play against them. It says the Brighton manager is so good. He's good, but we're not going to go for him, and I don't want him. De Zerbi is the guy. Yeah, I know. We have still given up the second least goal in the league. Yeah, we still have a good defense. So that's our defense is actually not our biggest problem. if we've been putting away chances, especially under Graham Potter, some of those games we lost under Graham Potter, we could have won them. Or some of those games we drew under Graham Potter, we could have won them. De Zerbi is still an option, and with that, I am truly 150% out of interest. Did you hear that he's still an option? I don't know that. De Zerbi is better than Potter and Eddie Howe, a so underrated manager. Okay, tell that to my bro JC in the chat, and he will cook you right now with the reason he doesn't think he's the better option. Come on, people, smash the like button. 66 likes. We need 34 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, people. Please, the likes to go along where I just do us that tiny bit of favor. I meant away at the Vitality Stadium. Oh, okay. I wish we signed McAllister. I wish we signed the Leicester City, is it left wing? No, left attacker. What's his name? What position does he even play for them? What's the name of that? A tricky customer there. Don't worry. He's not like Potter. Thank you. Kachila, why don't you want De Zerbi? It's still a risk. It's still a risk, really. But if look, I want anybody else now other than Frank Lampard. So let's continue looking at the insights. This here says we haven't kept a clean sheet in 6 matches, which means we're more likely than not to concede in this game. This says Chelsea have won the previous 2 matches against Brighton. Have we really? What did they say here? The Premier League matches against Brighton. This is a Premier League. We beat them. The last Premier League was a draw. The last one we won is a friendly. I don't count that. But in terms of Premier League, one is a draw. We beat them in one. One was a 2-2 draw, and this one, the one we beat them 2-0. This one is a club friendly, and I wouldn't count that, honestly, and I'm serious about that. Let's move on from that. I don't think it makes sense to count that. But here's the thing. Let's look at it again. We're more likely to concede, and they're more likely to outscore us. They're averaging 1.1 goals per game, and they have scored 9 goals in their last 5 games. Yep, and this makes it clear that for us to score goals, we have to do even better than we've done in the past in terms of not shooting straight at the goalkeeper or anything close to him. He's been excellent, if that makes sense. So I want to know what you make of the insights we looked at here. About the match, AFC Bournemouth is playing home against Chelsea at Vitality Stadium on Saturday, May 26th. Predicted lineups are, this is the current head-to-head record for the team are AFC Bournemouth 4 wins, Chelsea 9 wins. That's the total of everything we've looked at. So, your thoughts are, what do you think? Or are you, for those of you that haven't answered that question, given the fact that we've looked at the insights here, I don't know who their top scorer is. There you go. Chelsea's top scorer remains Kai Havertz, who has 7 goals. Okay, not bad. And the Billing is the top goal scorer with 7 goals, also with 1 assist. And he's played more than Kai Havertz. He's played 33 games. Kai Havertz has played just 30. So, but maybe the goals come from all departments on the pitch for them. That's why they have too many goals, and the top scorer has just 7 goals. If that makes sense. So, having looked at the insights, what do you think will happen during this game? We need 30 more likes to get it to 100 people. We can do that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, and if I see anything, if anything comes up, I'll let you know. I think Frank Lampard. It's tough to manage. Is it tough to manage Chelsea? I think we should start looking at. I'm gonna go so we can start looking at probably people. They'll be picking apart. They'll be picking comments from his press conference, and that's what we're gonna round up. We're gonna round up with that today. Let's see what we have here. Do you think Lampard starts by the Achille? I don't know why he's been frozen out. You can argue had it been on the pen on the pitch. Where did we concede from? He reads the game very well, and I think he behaves a bit like what's his name, Khalid Koulibaly, who reads the game so well. Sometimes you see him in the positions of the two sixes, breaking up opposition play, or being in the position where if you beat any of the two sixes, he'd be right there to stop you. He's not the quickest, but he's quick actually to an acceptable extent. But he reads the game very well. There's a chance had he been on the pitch, he had read that what's his name, Odegaard's position and be able to do something about it. But I'm not sure why he's not. Maybe if you play with the back three, I think he certainly starts. He deserves to be given a chance. He hasn't put the foot wrong. He's a player. When we saw him play in the league, we started asking why wasn't he added to the Champions League squad. He's that good, so I'm not sure. I think maybe he gets a chance tomorrow. Guys, I'd rather have the Zervi than Butler Pochettino. A lot of Chelsea fans would tell you that they prefer him. The Chelsea charitable trust will show up, as they always do, just to feed the poor Bournemouth strikers. It's concerning. Here's the thing: the only hope I have right now is that you can't script football. But if we're basing our judgment on the statistics we just looked at, it's a loss already for us. That's seriously concerning. And here's here's the probable lineup. They think Frank Lampard will still go with a 4-3-3. I think if we go with this structure, Raheem Sterling is not going to get a goal against Bournemouth. I don't see that happening, but let's just move on from that. This is just a probable lineup from them, but I wouldn't be surprised if he starts tomorrow, even though he's been crappy on the Frank. I will be happy if we end the rest of the game. We have if we end the rest of the game, we have a draw. I will take a draw. Let's see what else you have here. Fiobado Ten Hag is making me angry. Wow. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Being a United fan doesn't mean you cannot have an opinion about Chelsea. That's just the truth. He's entitled to be here. He's not trolling. He's speaking fact, and that's why I like to see Rashi 10. Rashi, enjoy yourself. Let's see anything else we have here. Let's go and start looking at what we're seeing from the press conference. And then we can round up from with that. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes to go a long way. Thank you so much for all your support. Let's see what else we have here. And if you want to become a member, the link to the membership is pinned at the very top. It costs $2.99. That helps us help student ever more projects stay in school. That will go a long way for the students and also the channel. Also, the last winner is Nathaniel Obosio. I've asked them to reach me via Twitter or Instagram to confirm he's a student, and then he gets his cash prize. So let's start looking. This one here, Frank Lampard, when asked, is it tough to manage Chelsea? He said, I am 44 years old and I'm just working like you are working. It's your job, fun every day. It doesn't look like it's been fun for you every day. Lampard, then the Zach Cancela response to that saying, Lampard, both funny and cheapy at the same time. When asked what's in it for him to manage Chelsea at such a tough time. I am 44 years old. Okay, that's where the response came from. This one, Frank Lampard on Benoit Badiashile. Yes, very close to playing. What in the world is the meaning of very close to playing? I just do not understand. Even in a situation where we played with a back three, whereby the Chile could have been better off playing in the left center-back position, he went ahead and started the game with a makeshift defense, which didn't make any sort of sense for me because say what you like, Trevor Chalobah starting in the left center-back position, the defense becomes a makeshift defensive line, no matter how you see it. What does he mean he's very close to playing? He says he couldn't play in the Champions League for me. He played against Brighton, which of course a difficult game for anyone. It is very close with competition between him Thiago Silva, Wesley Fofana. Let me see all the nonsense he say there. I just don't like that. And Trevor Chalobah, Trevor Chalobah is a good defender, but on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side, Benoit Badwashile is a more intelligent player in his approach. The way he reads the game better. He's better at passing the ball. I get it. He doesn't drive in. He's got good vision. I don't understand what is this. This makes me I've always thought Frank Lampard is not a good manager, but this makes it even worse. This just doesn't make any sort of sense. What do you mean he's close to playing? He's better than Trevor Chalobah, especially when you're talking about the left center back position, where that position isn't Trevor Chalobah's specialty. It just doesn't make any sort of sense. I don't get it. What do you mean he's close to playing? I'm just going to move on from that one. I know people will cook him for that comment. Like, what the heck is he saying? I just don't understand that particular comment, really. It just doesn't make any sort of sense for me. Let's see what we have here. Mario Minto, big up, bro. Always nice to see you. Please, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream if you haven't. We need 71 likes right now, which means we need 29 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. Hi, coach. You keep saying we cannot street football, which is true, but we can script Chelsea. We've been doing that for the last 6 games, and we have all been correct. That's the truth. Deep down, like I said, yes, we can script Chelsea, but bro, always nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. I sincerely cannot believe what Frank Lampard is saying here. Yes, very close. I don't get it. It's if you don't cry, if you don't laugh, you cry. This clearly to me shows he doesn't know the player. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know the team. Honestly. Big up Christian Vietti, Celestino Vietti, so to speak. I hope you're doing well. Lampard is, oh my goodness. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Lampard isn't going to be here. He needs to act like an interim and play players who will not not players who will be joining him elsewhere. Maybe that's what he's doing. But what in the world is this coming with regards to Benoit Badwashile? Wow, we can get him 5 good managers. Doesn't mean that they will fix this mess up, bro. Manager is part of the problem. Yeah, they are. The manager is just part of the problem. As much as I don't think it's Frank Lampard, he's not solely the problem. But this comment, it's unbelievable. Seriously. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 28 more to get it to 100. We can do that, but only if you believe we have about 14 minutes to round up for sure. We will give our former academy graduate Dominic Solanke the opportunities to score against us, and probably he will celebrate very well against us and enjoy it. Score against us tomorrow, more charity incoming. Wow, this I don't like this. As much as I've always said, everything isn't Frank Lampard isn't the cause of all the problems we're witnessing right now at the club. But the truth, this comment, I don't know what to make of it. Honestly, I'm not sure what to make of this particular comment. Let's see what else we have here. Lamps will have his talk to Solanke about scoring against us. We've seriously become a joke. I sincerely cannot believe I'm reading this. Wow. But the Sheila very close to playing after the season ends. Lampard, I can't believe that comment. As much as I respect Lampard, or maybe I'm just respecting him because I know Glenn loves him, but I'm just kidding. I love him too. I loved him as a player, and I still think he's one of Chelsea's best signings. How much did we pay for him from West Ham? I think around the £8 million. Look how well he did for us as a player. Lampard is going through a phase, and he needs some therapy. Courtney, big up to you. Always nice to see you. People keep dropping the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes does go a long way. Coach, Can you do a poll? How many goals we will lose by? I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I am seriously not gonna do that. Go away. So you were one of those talking about trust in the process and structure on the Potter. Wow. Oh my goodness. Read that chat long, dude. I'm getting annoyed. I never wanted that poor excuse of a manager. Yeah, because if you go, I'm sure people will cook him for this statement. Because Chelsea fans, they love Badiashile and they have every reason to. He's a player we left out of the Champions League squad. And when he played in the league, we were going, wow, what a player. Why did we leave him out of the Champions League squad? We could have done better with him if we added him to the squad. And Frank is saying this. I'm not sure he's well collected when he said that. He's going to be cooked for this for days, really. And, I can't believe that. Let's move on from that, people. If you're there, please keep dropping the likes on the stream and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to factory reset or restart your devices and then rejoin the CFC stream. There was some virus affecting social media. We're winning tomorrow. I hope we do. That will go a long way. It doesn't matter who the manager is. As coach, how much of a Potter fan I was, very you support. I think you wanted him to succeed. I think you've always been objective. So do not worry too much about what people say. Frank Lampard is a prodigal son that no one wanted to come back. You can say lots of the Chelsea fans that don't want him to come back, but I think whatever happens, it will not change how Chelsea fans see him. He's a Chelsea legend, and that will never change. No matter how his second stint as Chelsea manager turns out, I think it will not change the fact that he will forever be one of Chelsea's biggest, if there's anything like that, legends. Kuchila, you know, I'm trolling. I know quite well, but it's just funny. I love Lampard. Unfortunately, his management skills are not great. A legend he was as a player. But he should have never come back, especially with our fan base not happy. I think it was a risk. And here's the thing. I give him respect because each time for each of those games that we've lost, you should go watch his post-game interviews. You can see that he's in pain. He was in pain. He suffered throughout he suffered for the losses. But I don't know how else to put it for not to come across like I'm just making excuses for him. I'm not. The fact that if he doesn't feel the pain, at least for the sake of the fans of the club he loves or the club he's served well, at least for the sake of his coaching career, he's feeling the pressure right now. If we're being honest to ourselves, he's let's Glenn, calm down, please. We need some ice in the chat. Calm down, people. I would also recommend everybody to not open any suspicious attachment, PDF, media files, or from unknown sources. Yeah, that's a good advice. And and with file names, we're winning tomorrow. I'm just gonna skip that part. I think we're winning. I hope Frank does well. More importantly, if he does well for the remainder of the game, yeah, then our club would do well. I am Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard isn't a coaching style. I'm not sure. I think you may have missed something for that comment right there. 27 likes to get it to 100 people. We're not far-fetched from getting there. We can make it happen. So let's go back to all the comments. Yes, very closely says with regards to that one. Another comment here, Frank Lampard on whether he's been able to address Chelsea being too nice in training. There's not a time with the turnaround to deal with these fundamental issues, I guess. To me, being too nice isn't really the issue. We've seen a fight from this team in some cases, at least on the ground, but some to some unacceptable extent. Right now, to me, I think the issue is confidence. His focus should be finding a way to overcome the confidence issue. Otherwise, we're losing the next game. Even if we can, given how low the team's confidence level is. Even if we get a chance to score against Bournemouth, I think we'll end up hitting the woodwork or play. Taking a shot that the rugby union would be proud of, if that makes sense. Fortunately, we'll find ourselves in such bad situation. Frank Lampard on injuries ahead of the Bournemouth game. No injuries. We are broadly as we are, which means Kalidou Koulibaly may well start tomorrow, and Badiashile will still be on the bench. Unfortunately, except if he decides to rest Thiago Silva and then start Koulibaly centrally and play Badiashile on the left. I don't think he'd do that. I think he trusts Thiago Silva to be the leader of that back line. Yes, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. 26 more to get it to 100. Let's see if we can make it. We have about 30 minutes more to end the show. Let's make it happen. I am guessing Chelsea has bigger. This is just not part of the press conference. I am guessing Chelsea has bigger and better plans if we have cool interest in Alexis McAllister, Enzo Fernandez pairing for Argentina. What do you think? I'm not on that one yet. I want to see more from Frank Lampard's press conference. I don't know if anything new has come up. This says every time. Oh my goodness, this is I don't mean that. Makoti on Frank Lampard. Every time he opens his mouth, you know how he sounds. He doesn't sound great, and it's not a great look. I don't know if he's getting poor advice when he speaks. That's why I had issue. As much as I know, the part of his that interview, transcript of that interview we read yesterday, we analyzed yesterday, the part that says, I still believe we will figure it out. As much as I know, that's not really, it comes across as saying we're still struggling, we're still trying to figure it out, but we're not sure how soon that's going to happen. As much as I think that's how it comes across, I deep down know that that's not what he meant to say. But he used a language that's open to interpretation, and a lot of people will cook him for that, cook him very well for that, because I agree with McCarthy with the way he speaks. I don't think he has somebody doesn't get good advice as to what to say or what not to say. So yeah, I agree with this statement right there. Let's move on from that. If you have anything to say or any question you have in the chat, please shoot it and I'll try to address it. I'm alone, but disclaimer: I don't know everything. So I'm going to move on from that one. Really, that's a hilarious comment there from McCarthy, and it sounds about right. Chelsea, our good mate, he was saying all types of stuff earlier, so I never know when he's serious. Oh, okay. The issue was with DJ, I guess. Come on, something is blocking my screen. Come on, give me this. But calm down, guys. We need ice in the chat. Calm down, people. If you're watching, 75 likes, 25 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, good people. Let's see. JC says, wherever you are in the world, light a candle at 9 p.m. tonight. This will be a long way towards a win tomorrow. Oh, I thought you said you're quite sure we're going to win tomorrow. How come you need our help to pray for you? Well, maybe if I'm misinterpreting your comment, you let me know. No fighting, please. Calm down. We all love Chelsea, but we're in a bad place right now. That's why, and emotions are high. That's why you see some people come across as if they are insulting your favorite Chelsea player, all-time favorite Chelsea player, or if they are come across as if they are insulting you. But I think that's not the case. How can you be a legend at the club? You almost got rid of. That doesn't change anything. Thank God for Tuchel, 11 points. As much as I agree, but I still think Lampard will remain a legend. Kuchila, do you think would do hitting the post and bar blipping test at Copham? Possibly. That may well be the chance where the most we've hit the woodwork many times. We've hit the goalpost many times than than we've scored goals. Yeah, that may well be the case. I don't know. Let's see. When the players are training, yeah, I understood that was what that's part of your comment there. That was meant to be part of your comment. Um, let's see what Glenn says here to that question. I am willing to give everyone a chance, regardless of their past, to an extent. Just want the best for the club. That's it. Exactly. We all support Chelsea, but like I said, we're in a very bad situation right now, and that's the reason emotions are high, and people don't. In most cases, especially after we lose a game, don't usually think very much about what they want to say. They just let it out, and you don't see anybody expressing regrets. Yeah, that's the situation we find ourselves in. The situation has divided has further divided the fan base, and it's concerning. McCarthy actually was saying that he isn't getting good advice about his decisions, not just what he speaks out. Yeah, I did say something about that back too. But yeah, it's concerning in terms of the way he speaks. I think he uses languages that are open to interpretation, which doesn't help. I don't think Solin should be in the squad. I don't think he should be. To me, I don't know what has changed. And like I've argued before, maybe because Manchester City, they play as a unit. Even the worst player in the world can look good in that team as long as you're able to pass the ball. You look good in a Man City jersey. I don't want good managers coming here and having their reputation scorched. Wow, I like that. Because of these players, I don't want Deservy to come in and have a hard time and get sacked. And the players will still be there. So we want who. I just want. I want to support whoever comes in. I just want to see my team to start doing well. Reminder was getting advice from a Dutch legend who was also instrumental in taking Russian teams to European Championship semifinals. Apparently, the advisor also helped as an interim. Don't you know about Bolly? About that Bolly? I don't think he's aware of this heading. But the question we should be asking ourselves: do you really think Hiddink still wants to coach again? I don't know if he's still coaching anywhere. But maybe because of his ties with his relationship with Chelsea as a club, may well have helped convince him to come in as the interim manager. And believe me, I respect Frank Lampard's. How do I? What's the word I'm looking for? I respect Frank's. The confidence isn't the word I'm looking for. I respect the fact that he accepted the job as an interim manager. There are risks involved, lots of risk, and he knew that before he accepted becoming Chelsea's interim manager. I get it. The reason may have been for him to have an opportunity, to put his coaching career back on track. Maybe that may have been the case, but I don't know. We move on from that 2 seasons. Yep. When I saw Lampard sitting in the stands at the game before Potter was sacked, I knew Bolly was about to make yet another mistake. So there's a chance actually they may have started talking before. That may well have been the reason why he was in the stands. Bolly and Co will get it right. I hope so. I hope they do sooner than later. Give them time to clear roster, find the right manager. The question is where are we going to be by the time these things happen? Because we're not sure. We're not certain whether we're staying up or not. The risk is still there. So big up people. I don't know if there's anything else coming out from the press conference. It doesn't look like anything new has dropped. I think it has ended. It should have ended by now. Let me see if there's anything new to talk about. That is this one. We'll look at it. His face makes me I laugh a lot every time I look at his face. And I remember somebody asking him whether he's scared. I think it was before we played Ajax, and he said something to the effect of, "That's my face." But it's just funny. I just want to move on from that, really. What makes it hard is having a preseason this time. It's a sort of reset. Yeah. I think preseason helps. It's a sort of reset. To me, I see it's a positive. It will actually be a positive thing, and one of the reasons why I'm not I do not want the new manager to come in now because the players' confidence is at an all-time low, which makes it difficult for the manager to win a game. And you don't want to come in and ruin your start to life as Chelsea manager. It may well be very difficult to come back from that. I think the new manager will be better off starting with a clean slate, which is starting with the preseason, and then take it from there. This here from Glenn says, okay, just responding to Chelsea all the way. Hi, coach. Hello, my good friend Lolo. I appreciate you gifting people five members with the membership. I appreciate that. That will go a long way for the Stay in School project and also, the channel. Coach, what I meant to say is that getting input from Gus Hiddink was smart because he's been in football for decades. So probably will help him make must have helped him make a lot of the good decisions he made during during his reign as the owner of the club. And when I look at a close circle around Bali, after he had fired everybody, only Mendes was surrounding him, was only football person advising him. Let's move on. I don't know who's Mendes actually. Can you elaborate further? Coach, preseason is 2 weeks. Look at the calendar. I think that's enough. More importantly, clean slate for the new manager. Forget the duration of the preseason, the length of the preseason. It doesn't really matter. More importantly, clean slate. Anything else? Anything new here? I'm not seeing anything new. I want to see what people said with regards to what he said with regards to the language he used to explain why Abadeshile hasn't played. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have just a few minutes to run off here. Hopefully, Chelsea lose it because the main problem they've got is that the owners decided to buy too many attackers in the January transfer window. It doesn't sound like you're a Chelsea fan. So look at one response to that. I'm not sure. Is that calling them a clown or a ghost? They've just been letting anybody in. Oh my goodness! Which means this user here isn't happy. Isn't happy with that comment. You see, Jonah here is laughing for the fact that Lampard compared Abadeshile compared him to if you prefer, compared him to Chalobah. Let's see another response here. It's happening. Opportunity is coming. This guy. Chalobah, they just be letting anybody in. This Lampard guy, that's all this person has to say. And I'm very close. Chalobah, Chalobah, that's from who? Chelsea way. And this is why Frank will never manage an English club again. He's talking like he's a real manager or knows what he's doing. Okay, I'm not sure what to make of that one there. Very close. But he never plays. How does that make sense? And Chalobah, everybody's problem is that he compared him to Chalobah. Competing with Chalobah, wow. A serious club wouldn't play Silva ahead of Badiashile. So it's I think it leaves room for people to cook him, just like we're saying in the chat. I think to me, as much as I respect of Frank's intelligence, I would say that's a reckless comment, really. I don't know what to make of it. But we move on from that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Did I read that? It says, hopefully Chelsea. Oh, no. I'm moving on from that one. Benoit has to start. But unfortunately, Frank doesn't. Frank doesn't think. Frank thinks he's only close. I just don't understand that. Once I saw that comment, I had to burst into laughter because I couldn't hold it. Frank needs to lay off the cognac and start eating the Red Bull. Get some wings, maybe, and start making good decisions. I think he should. It just doesn't make sense. What's the meaning of Benoit Badiashile being close? One of the best defenders we've seen, he was seen for a long time at the club. We don't have enough time for the tour. Selling players, buying players, preseason, and installing new manager's philosophy, system, and information. I cannot see us finishing 12th next season. So you should have canceled the tour. Yeah, and forget the selling of and the promotions and all that. We should actually focus on and getting things straightened before the coming season. I'm not sure what to make of that comment, but I still can't believe Frank said that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We need 22 more likes to get it to 100. Let's get it there as soon as possible. We have 78 likes here, 22 more. Let's get it to 100. Coach Jorge Paulo Agostinho Mendes is a Portuguese football super agent. Oh, you said one of the. If you said Jorge Mendes, I recognize that's who you're talking about. I know him. Represents superstars like Ronaldo. I know him. Remember Tuchel refusing Ronaldo numerous times, maybe even getting fired for it. Maybe, we don't know. Let's see what else we have here. Never really wanted him in the first place, bro. My idol, no experience. I knew it was going to end bad. Wish it ended after he got us to top four. At least I enjoyed that season, and he did quite well. But things started falling apart the moment the transfer ban was lifted and he started assigning players. Yeah. One of the ways I reckon that Chelsea could get better if they play the young academy players. I agree with you, Mr. Baxter. And Baxter, if you're watching, we have another channel called Soccer Perspective. We're still recruiting panelists. And if you want to be part of that, you let me know so that we can start hosting shows on that one. We're looking for more hosts also. Even for this particular channel, I'm looking for more co-hosts to help us, not take a break every time I take 2 days break or that. Players do like what Liverpool have achieved with their use of playing young players. I think that's a solid argument. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's get it to 100 likes as soon as possible. Just 22 more. Please, we can do that, actually. 22, it's not far-fetched. Thank you. If Bali takes input from Mendes, no wonder we're hyperactive in transfer market and dumb on football planning. Maybe he wants him to start sign players where he gets some, you know what I mean, percent, some lakhs from the purchase of the player somehow. I don't know. For footballers to be effective, they need to play constantly. You cannot just bring in a player from the cold and expect miracles. I'm going to say this. This is the first delicious comment of the day. And we've seen that actually happened to Chalobah. Pre-World Cup, Chalobah was excellent, one of our best defenders. Post-World Cup, Potter dropped him for a while, and when he came in, he was everywhere. So that highlights the fact that this is a delicious comment, and I appreciate that. I think Benoit Badiashile, there's a chance he comes in, he will start struggling because probably he'd be under pressure to prove to Frank, you should be starting me. But I don't get it. I don't get it. I think I'm surprised some people haven't started saying, probably because he is in English. He's creating room for people to start talking like that. As much as I hate to hear people talk like that, but it just doesn't make any sense. Even when we played with the back three, what's his name? Trevor Chalobah started in the left center back position. As much as I like Trevor Chalobah, I think he's still maturing. They are about the same age. No, I think he's older. But Badiashile reads the game very well, better than Chalobah does. He's better aerially, and he's better on the ball. So I'm not sure where Frank got that statement from. Pochettino at the end of December, I am still figuring out why we are 17th, but I am hopeful we can go on a run and achieve 12th. Oh my goodness, we are in deep doo-doo, really. Keep dropping the likes, people. We are at 79 likes, 21 more to get it to 100. We have about 10 minutes more at least, or even less to round off the show. So whatever you have in the chat right now will be driving the conversation I haven't seen anything new here. If I see anything new, I will bring it up so we can talk about it. But let me check if anything new. And sorry, I'm having issues with my system. At the same time, I think I will go to see what's going on. I have to go to another window to find out if anything new or has emerged, but nothing new. Let's move on from that. If Lampard wins the last 5 games, would you want him? No, even if it is 12 games and he wins all of them in a row, I still wouldn't want him to keep that. I need him to go somewhere else. Prove he's capable of managing a club as big as Chelsea. Honestly, but I still can't get over the Badia Sheila comment. I'm being truthful here. Chalobah was everywhere in just one game. Yeah, but I just use that as an example. Yeah, in just that game, post World Cup, his first game back, and for a few minutes only in that game, he's much better and safer than Fofana. That's you comparing him and Fofana. Fofana, you can say, I don't know. I haven't done a proper comparison of the two players. I think maybe I have to do. That's the next player versus I have to do. Trevor Chalobah and Wesley Fofana. But I think they may well have played an equal amount or something close. I don't think the disparity between the amount of game each have played will be too much, because at one point Chalobah was out of the team. At one point Fofana was out for a while. So let's see. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do their verses today. And by the way, we have a playlist of Chelsea player versus. I've done Kepa versus Andre Onana. I've done Nkunku versus Timo Werner. I've also done I think Raheem Sterling versus what's his name? Raheem Sterling versus Christian Pulisic. I think there's one more, and I think you will enjoy it. Please watch it and make sure you drop a like on it. And let me know if you would want me to share it. I'd do that. Please, 20 more likes. Let's get it to 100. We'll have just a few minutes to round off. Chalobah was everywhere. Yep, I agree with you. Fofana constantly is trying to dribble at the back, which is a big no for defenders. A risk maybe. Fofana constantly ends up on the wrong side of attackers. It's no compact. I feel much safer with Chalobah. Yeah, you can say that. Chelsea is the chicken, and Lampard its head. But unfortunately, the two are not attached at the moment. Oh my goodness! Have Chelsea signed up Pochettino yet? I am not sure what the Poch is going on with the clubs. We'll be hearing that the club, is close to announce Poch. And the rumors were that he was going to be announced last Saturday, and that didn't happen. So I'm not sure what to make of it. And I advise you not to, hold your breath, believing that he will most definitely be Pochettino. Because I don't know. But we move on from that. Keep dropping the likes, people. 20 more likes to get it to 100. I think we've come to the end of the show. We don't have too much to talk about right now. See you guys next time. There's a chance we'll have a members-only show later in the evening. It's supposed to be every Wednesdays at the members-only show shows, but we want to keep doing it daily right now, if possible, just to create more awareness of it. So, I think we've come to the end of the show. I want to say thank you to Bobby, who was on the panel with me today. Thanks to him. And Thomas Bays, big up to you, brother. Always nice to see you. And my bro, Glenn, much love to you. Joshua, Joshua Baxter, big up to you. Enough love. And the beautiful game, much love to you, brother. And JC, much love to you, bro. Chelsea all the way, much love. Everyone else who was in the chat, Lalo, my friend, much love to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join in the show. And thank you so much for that membership gift. I sincerely do appreciate that. Anybody else, if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. And have a good one. Have a good weekend. And you too, bro. Have a good game. And don't watch the game. If you don't have a strong heart, hit the like button, people. And this says, have a great weekend, everyone. With that, we've come to the end of the show. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and bye. No worries, Lala. You have to eat.